few days ago, I was talking to an entrepreneur, a friend of mine, and he shared with me something almost in tears, something which I heard already multiple times. So probably is something that you're going through right now. He told me this: look, Alex, I try to do everything right, but everything I do doesn't seem to be the right thing. When I take a break, I feel guilty because I'm not working. When I'm working, I'm worrying that my family is not going to receive enough attention when I'm with my family. I'm afraid my business is going to fail because I'm not there, I'm not present. And every single time I try to do something, even when I achieve it, when I achieve a goal, then I sort of feel that I should have done better, I could have done it faster. So this sensation, this feeling of not walking your path in life is just killing me. Why is that so? I'm doing everything right. Now, you might be, I'll be back to this story a little bit later, but it doesn't matter where you are. Are you a multimillionaire, a millionaire like my friend, or you're about to start your business, building your business, growing your business? It doesn't matter. Because we are humans. And if we don't understand how humans are made, imagine a puzzle. If you don't know what's your puzzle, what do? We're drowning in this information around us, which is the beast of today, this day. And we try to steal puzzles from other people's lives, and we want to put it in our life, and we try to cut it and to make it somehow to fit so that it somehow should look like a life. You are unique, my friend, and you have a mission in your life. It's something deeper beneath your mind. It's a little bit deeper, which we will go today. I don't want to bombard you with more information, but I want you today to have an experience. So everything I'm going to share with you or ask you, try to look within and see for yourself if this is true or not. Because the greatest things in your life happened when your antenna picked up an information or an example, you thought about it, you processed it, you implemented it, you took action, and things happened. But because many of us lack understanding of how a human is made, we try to do the right things to be successful, to be loving, to be kinder, to be this, to be like that, to all of this. And still you might not have the fulfillment that you are accomplishing your assignment in life. If that's you, or even if that's not you but sounds interesting, you're very welcome. At the end of this video, you're going to have a little bit of understanding. And why understanding? Because these are the 5 elements which I'm going to focus on today. Not information. I'm a man of faith and I haven't found a verse in the Bible which speaks about information. Info. No, I found verses, or most of it, speaking about discernment, understanding, knowledge, action, wisdom. These are the 5 elements which each of us need. We're starving wisdom while we're drowning in information. And all of this because of lack of the basic understanding. How are humans made? You're not just your mind. You're not just what you do. It's much more to it. And you're very welcome today to learn about it and to check with yourself and see if this is true, if it clicks, and if it does, to start following and building up your principles so that you can put your next thing in your puzzle for yourself rather than constantly trying to make it look right. And it never feels right, even if there are results and great achievements. So the self-discovery is one of the main pillars at Exploraself. If you go in the description below, in the show notes, there's a program for you if you want at themostforce.com. Self-discovery, self-mastery, self-growth, and self-transcendence. We are going to focus today on self-discovery. So let's begin. What am I? Who are you? What are you? Sometimes you feel, sometimes you desire, sometimes you take action, sometimes you sabotage yourself, sometimes your mind works for you, sometimes you are flying, sometimes you are on on fire, and sometimes you're almost ready to give up everything. Why? We'll start with the mind. So the mind, the body, and the memory. Well, let's start with the body. You have a body. Here it goes. You can touch it. Well, your body is not just a body. There's much more to it. One interesting thing about your body is that your memories, just memories which you think you had them here, they are very located, most of them in your body, not in your brain. In the brain, there are the wires active. They can recall a memory. So your body is a can full of memories. That's why when you're afraid, or you're scared, or when you feel peaceful, you feel it in your body. When you get angry, you feel it in your body. When you're anxious, you lose your appetite, you feel it in your body. So let's start with the most obvious. Your body is connected to your memories and to your mind. So the body, the mind, and the memory are the trifecta of your physicality. And you might say, wait a second, the memory is not something it's not tangible. The memory is not tangible, but the memory is in your body. And when you think things in your mind, most of the times you're not thinking it. You're recalling a memory through your body. And the information, maybe you heard something, comes into your body, goes into your brain, and your brain checks with the memory. And if the memory tells you that this information probably is bullshit, it's because you have a belief in your memory and is feedbacking back to your mind, feeding back to the mind and says, no. Ignore this information which came through the body into the mind. So you have this physical triangle. This is your physicality, your memory, your thinking, and your body. Now, what's important here to understand about this physicality, and why is this important for you as an entrepreneur? If you as an entrepreneur, you have to make decisions, many decisions, multiple decisions, and you haven't made the discernment between, is a memory speaking up? Is my body making me feel something so that I start to think it? You're doomed to make dumb decisions out of fear, adrenaline, or shutting down your memories, which they try to protect you, but sometimes they try to protect something good. They might try also to protect something bad, which doesn't work for you. That's why new information is always, we're skeptical, because we don't want to inject it too soon, but we also don't want to reject it. We have already learned. That's why skepticism is good, but we have to later to process and to see what memories are telling me to ignore this information or to apply this algorithm or to implement this system. Where does this skepticism comes from? Well, it comes from a memory which is located in your body. And your mind is the servant of your memories and what of your body has stored. That's why going to the gym is not just going to the gym. It's shaking a little bit your body so that the body doesn't scream too much through the memories when you start to think about something. Now, we're going to move forward because I would like to cover much more. If you need help and more to understand and to how to make the discernment between when is your body calling an old belief, when your memories are preventing you from installing new beliefs, click the link. You can book a one session with me and you, and I can help you with that. Let's move forward. Now, the mind can serve your body, and if the body is commanding, when the body wants pleasure, then the mind starts to think how to please the body. and you're locked in a very animalistic circle. Because you listen a lot to your body, you sometimes might also ignore, come on, let's go, we're gonna ride today or not. Your mind also might be listening to a memory. What I was thinking about, I lost my line. Yeah, the body. So if you let your body to command your mind, you are locked in a very animalistic circle. When your memory is commanding your mind, then you are very locked in all the old beliefs and are holding you back, and you never change because everything seems skeptical, everything is dumb, everything ain't gonna work. You become pessimist because you became the slave of your memory. Now, in the opposite, it is also very dangerous when you already have experience, but you ignore the wisdom and you're too soft, too vulnerable, too penetrable to wrong information. That information through the body comes into the mind, you ignore the memory, and you're lost. And you say, why have I done this? Why have I done that? Why? Because you're listening to everybody. So much to it. I'm trying to simplify it because there is so much to it about the memory and your body. You have to learn just one sentence I want you to go away while we're moving forward. To go away with. You must make the difference between when is a body reaction, when is a memory reaction, and when you're processing information which is skeptical, but you assume it is the right information, or you assume it's the wrong information, but it is the right information, because you don't know these two guys. Now, in your physicality, and here we're going to go a little bit more spiritual. Quick note, you might be thinking about the subconscious. Well, the subconscious is the memory, which is locked with the body and lives here in this system. And your subconscious is not something abstract. It's not something from the ether. Subconscious is something it's malleable. You can change it, you can rewrite it, you can work with it. Once you go back into a memory, that's what I do very often with entrepreneurs when I coach them. We find the first memory which triggered that belief, because if you don't find the first memory and you just try to rewrite the thousands of other pieces of memory after that first memory, ain't gonna work. You have to find the first memory, find it, reshape it, understand it, the different perspective around it, rewrite it so that the whole line cleans up almost instantly, because it clicks and you say, that's why I always think I am impulsive, but actually I'm not impulsive. I'm actually trying to protect something which has been 35, 40 or 50 years I'm trying to protect, or even 20. And that's why I'm impulsive, but I'm not impulsive. I'm not an angry person. I always knew that, but somehow I behaved as angry and impulsive. Oh my gosh. And that's amazing. Now, in your physicality, you have a piece of the divine. That's your soul. Wait a second, before you leave, because this might sound very strange or skeptical to many. Rightly so. You know, they say the eye is the window into somebody's soul. Well, because the soul is that piece of the divine production. I'm not going to go now into make it a sermon. This is not dogmatic. This is an explanatory tool for you so that you can visualize it in the most simplistic way. So I'm not teaching you the dogmatic stuff or the spirituality of your soul. It's a visualization for you so that you can, And if you need more, then you can go and find more about it. Within you, there is your soul. Within these trifecta of your physicality. The soul is something you can't rewrite or change or modify or codify. Your soul is God's seed within you. You can only learn it, discover it, listen to it, and decode it so that you can let your soul to fulfill the soul's mission here on earth, my friend. You're not here to fight your mind. You're here to submit your mind to your soul's mission. You're not here to become the best at your managing your emotions. You are here to learn more about your soul. So then the emotions, they change as the outcome, as the fruits of your soul's communication within your physicality, through your senses, through your, even the inner senses, not just the outer senses. Now, the emotion is the language of the physicality. Back a little bit in the first stage. The emotions are the language which your old beliefs from your memory, from your body's reaction and your mind process, that's their language. That's how they speak one to another. If you change one thing in this triangle, your body, your mind, and your memories, you change one element, the emotion changes immediately. You change your physiology, you've done your exercise for 10 minutes, your emotions change. You start to think about something great, how it might work, not about how it might not work. Your emotions change immediately because the language changes. So this is the emotion. Like all of this is filled with emotion because the emotion is what is between the mind, the body, and your memory. Paying attention to your emotions is the best thing you can do. Not to fight them, not to rewrite them. Poor emotions. They're not real. They're just sounds of the language your mind, your body, and your memory speaks. They're talking between them. Now, what you can do through your inner soulful awareness is to listen. What's the language the mind and the memory and the body speaks? And say, wow, they're fighting upstairs. We gotta do and find where's the problem? Who's making noise? And then you might find that your body hasn't rested, or your body is just holding a memory of trauma, or you start to think about some dumb shit and the emotions, they start to why? Because that's how they speak. Your job is not to find them. Your job is to take care of your memories, what you store in your memories, take care of your body, and take care of your mind. And once you start taking care of these three, the emotions, they just speak one to another. That's great. They're not disturbing anymore. Nothing is wrong with you, my friend. When you are ambitious, and you have the drive, and you have this emotion to want to achieve something, probably is one of the three. Probably is something stored in your body. Probably in the mind, you're seeing others and you really install something in your memory the current memory, that you also can do it. And they're pushing. So there's a little bit imbalance between them three. Now, one more thing and we move forward. If you're okay with not paying attention too much to that emotion, which you have to, then, my friend, here comes the biggest secret. When you push the pedal to the metal and you have to live an unbalanced unbalanced lifestyle for a period of time, and rightly so, a piece of emotion from the body or from the memory is gonna start to attack you. Guilty, you're doing wrong, you're not doing the right thing, you have to do this, you have to do more. You can say, yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna fight you. You're making lots of noise here, that's all right. But I know why. I know because I'm pushing now, I'm creating another balance. That's why you're so it's all right, no worries. And you're not scared. You're not saying like, oh my God, I have this emotion which is telling me that I'm guilty because I'm not doing this or that. No. I know you're just an emotion. You're all right. And I know why. Now, if you don't know why, then you have to listen and to find. Again, if you need help, click the link. I'm here to serve you. The emotion is the language of the physicality. Now, within you, there's a piece of the divine. There's your soul there. And the soul speaks another language, which the mind ignores and doesn't like. Your mind hates your soul's voice because the mind thinks in numbers and facts and memories and body sensations. Your soul, a piece of the divine, speaks a completely different language. Your soul doesn't care about if you're tired or not. Because when you touch something which is soulful, it's something that's inspiring you. That's not the mind. That's your soul. And when you touch that note, and you imagine that key playing piano, when you touch that key, you start to become on fire. You don't care about sleeping less. You're full of energy. Your body's full of energy. Your mind works like a machine. Your body's ready to serve. Your memory seems to fade away and they don't exist anymore because you are so on fire. Why? Because you just listened to something which your soul was calling you for so long. That's why the soul speaks another language than the mind. And the mind hates the soul's language. Because the mind says, I'm rational, give me facts, give me numbers. Oh, we're going to do this and achieve this. No, we don't care. We're not achieve this goal or that growth. That's crazy. And what does the mind starts to do? The mind starts to produce emotions because, rightly so, the mind wants to protect you and it starts to produce emotion to create the noise around your soul, to annihilate your soul so that you can live just in balance and just linearly. That's why your soul speaks another language, and because it's a piece of God. And God is the God, the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. That's another triangle, and it is reflected within you through your soul, through your physicality, and through your spirit, which we will get to it a little bit later. Now, now let's stop now a little bit about the soul. You have to realize one thing, that you are gifted in three-dimensionally. Bodily gifts, you have physical gifts, and they're not just randomly assigned. They're there to serve your soul's purpose. You have soulful gifts, that thing which inspires you and that thing which you become passionate about and crazy about and gives you so much meaning. Even if sometimes it doesn't work, you're not making money yet of it, but it fulfills you so much. That's a soulful gift to which you have passion and scratch. Pay attention to it. And then you have spiritual gifts, which are spiritual gifts. The spiritual gifts are not about you making money or becoming successful. That's pleasing God. That's a different thing. How true everything else, your mind, your emotions, your feelings, your body, through all of that to please God. So God gave you also the spiritual gifts which allow you to use all of these to please Him. That's much more complicated. We'll get back to it in a minute. That's why it's very important in business when you start to niche down, because your soul is already aspiring towards the soulful gifts which God has assigned to you. Now, when it's too much noise, it's hard to pick up because you know it's somewhere here, but you don't know exactly where it is. The exercise of niching down is a great exercise because you have to stress your mind to go away and to listen within you and to make that right choice. And the soul speaks through intuition. If the mind, the memory, and the body speaks through the language of the emotions, all that noise, the feelings sometimes, if the triangle, the physicality is relatively all right, then you can start to pay more attention to the feelings because the feelings are the bridge between your soul and your physicality. Sometimes they're very great. You've got this feeling in your gut, and you made the right decision. Even if it's not rational, even if it doesn't make sense to the mind, But again, you got to learn to make the discernment between a emotional feeling or a bodily feeling or a mental feeling and a soulful feeling. Now, if we want to properly name this feeling, it is the intuition. And the intuition is the language which the soul tries to use to speak to your physicality, to your mind. So, you have different types of gifts, all right? You have bodily gifts, you have soulful gifts, you have spiritual gifts. Now, what the mind's nature is, here is where the self-mastery starts. It's something you can do today. Why are we talking about all of this? Because if you don't know what you can do and what you can't do, you're pulled left and right, and your antennas are picking up so much noise. And you never, ever learn yourself. You never know who you are. You never discover your purpose. You never discover what's your own path in life. And you try to walk on your path, but it's not your path. It is your path made of puzzles or pieces which you borrowed from other people's lives. And you want to make your soul to believe that you are smarter than your soul. You don't want to listen to your soul, and you listen only to your mind. And you want to convince your soul that you are smarter and better than your soul at doing what the soul should do. Good luck with that. That is called a life of war with yourself. Because there are things which your soul needs to do, and there are things which your physicality must do, or you have to take care of. There are different things. And you have to learn, my friend, to understand when is the body speaking, the memory, and when is your soul guiding you forward. So what the mind's nature is this: thinking ability, believing ability, and feeling ability. Your mind has a very great antenna to pick up the soul's signal. When you start to train your mind to shut up and to not bother you with the emotions which your mind might produce using your body, the beautiful thing is that the mind starts to shut down a little bit. Not sitting 30 years under a tree and waiting for that moment when your mind's gonna stop. It's never gonna stop, because your mind is made to work, not to stay under a tree. The feeling ability of your mind is to pick up the soul's voice. So it can't interpret 100% precision, because the mind is a different nature. It's physical and the soul is spiritual. Different nature. They speak different languages. Quick note, the same is with your desires. You have body desires. You have mind desires. You have memory desires, and all these three categories are physical desires. And then you have soulful desires. And the soulful desire is to believe, to create, to translate intuition, and to serve the assignment which was given to that soul specifically, which you do have within you. This is spiritual. This is physical. They will never go well hand in hand. You only have one option. I mean two, but there's only one right one. To submit the physicality to your spirituality, and to save the worry, the doubt, and the noise, and the emotion, craziness, and all that stuff. Or to try to, which good luck you can't, shut down your soulful voice and to please only your physicality. And that's the hedonistic syndrome. You ignore your spirituality, you shut down your conscious, which is the soul's voice. All the scientists, they try to explain what consciousness is. It's so simple, guys. Why are you struggling so much? I'm here, just come and ask. I will tell you. That soul's voice which God has put within you. You're not the body. You are that soul which God has put there within you. And the soul speaks through consciousness. You try to measure spirituality with your physicality. Are you out of your mind? Yes, yeah, you are. So yeah, why am I bothering worrying about it? Is absolutely a failed mission to try to measure your spirituality through the physicality. That's not how it works. The spirituality can help you to live a better physical life, harmony, away from suffering. And even if there is suffering, there is the suffering of the body's reaction, because the body and the mind, which is full of sin and guilt, wants to pull the soul in its own game. So yes, you can experience suffering, but that's not an important suffering, because you have submitted to God your soul, because that's where your soul came from, so that's where your soul will go back. But this is not a sermon. I want to go back into business. So the mind's nature is to think, to believe. The mind can process and generate new beliefs to install, and it can pick up the soul's signal, which is the feeling ability. It clicks in the mind. It's like click, click. Like, oh, I gotta pay more attention to that. All right. So I know there's kind of a lot, but probably somewhere you click and you say, wow, that's so. If that's the case, then you gotta dig a little bit more into it and to start learning and discovering your mission in life, your soul's mission in your business. Doesn't matter if you teach sales or business or numbers, or doesn't matter. If that's what clicks, it clicks. Go and make greatness out of it. Remember, niching down is a great exercise to shut down the mind and to pick up the soul's voice, so that you can hear better and say, I should go in that direction. All right, good. Because if you never niche down, it's because you ignore the soul's voice and you just want to look around and try to imitate others. And it feels painful, and it feels painful, and it feels painful because you never settle down. You never find out your assignment in life because you ignore that voice and you want to put pieces of puzzles from other people's lives and you want to make your own puzzle. It doesn't work this way. You have your own puzzle, somebody else has their puzzle. You have your assignment, other people have their assignment. I have my assignment, you have your assignment in life. Now, the soul's nature is to be creative, is to be irrational, and the intuition ability, the creative ability, the irrational, and the intuition. And that's why your mind hates this language. Your mind has to be submitted. Your mind must be submitted to your spirituality. Don't fight your mind. You have to understand that your mind is not yours. To understand that the language between your memories, your body, and your mind are the emotions. Use them to pick up the conflicts when these three are fighting upstairs. When you make a conscious decision to focus more on something and less on something else, expect your emotions to start bothering you. That's a normal reaction, but you know why. So you make a conscious decision and you don't pay attention to it. So then you're not bothered between all these emotions. Number 3, listen better to your soul, what you are creative at, what's irrational but still makes sense. That also comes from within. And the intuition voice, which again, it's not a physical phenomenon. It's perceived in the physical, but it is a spiritual language. Now, how to decode your soul's mission in your business or in your life? I can't do that for you. Nobody can do that for you. Only you can do that for you. What you can do is to focus on this triangle and on your emotions. In the description below, there's a program which you can access, Emotional Command Reset. A very low cost, click, go, register. It's a short masterclass, six masterclasses. They come with the manual, with the workbook. You can do the work, answer. So that's where you start to take control of these triangles, the mind, the body, and the memories, so that you can start to learn to translate your emotions rather than letting them guide you into the noise and, oh my God, what's going on? So that you can create space to the spiritual. That's what you can do. Now, what God can do. Quick note, and before we move into that, the body's nature. We talked about the mind's nature, the soul's nature, language and how the soul is made, and how your soul can speak. The body's nature is energy and action. That's what your body is good at. Now, if you don't, or if you assign value to your body, which your body is not good at, you are overwhelming the body and you get confused spiritually. Because you start to listen to your body, to the pleasures of the body, to the energy of the body, and you don't direct it into the spiritual, then your body, your physicality will start to fight you and to work against you and to pull you all over the place. And again, you're going to live a life of confusion, and forget about fulfillment. Millions or multi-millionaire, doesn't matter. Remember about my friend? He makes millions. Doesn't matter. We're humans. We look for the same values. Peace, fulfillment, meaning, purpose, but most importantly, but to start with, to find our own mission in life. Your assignment, no matter the industry and the level of growth at which you are in your business. So this is the body nature, to conserve and provide you energy and to start to take action. That's where it starts. You process the ignition of the action in the body, even if that's a mental action and not a physical action. It starts in the body. So my friend, taking care of your body is one of the easiest things and the most essential and the most important to start to take care about your spiritual growth. To take care. That's not what God does through spirit. That's another conversation. It's what you can do so that you can stop resisting God's work within you. So that you can start to listen to your soul and to start fulfill your mission in life. That happens through your body. So you want to start to grow faster, start to take care of your body. Don't get obsessed with it. Here's another thing. I see so many out there who just body and just stay healthy. Just healthy. Don't have to go crazy. That's not mandatory. Well, if that's your passion, I've been in bodybuilding for years. I've coached athletes in bodybuilding. I'm a bodybuilder myself, a champion. So I love that. But that's before the spiritual growth, when the only thing you're focused is that. Now, if you can change somebody's life through that, no problem. But that's not your God. Don't make an idol out of it. It's the temple through which the spirit lives and has to be expressed. Your soul wants to express its voice. But the point is not the temple, is the God spirit in the temple. It's exactly with your body. It's not about the body. It's your body not staying in the way of your soul's assignment. So clean the way, stop resisting. Take care of your body so that you can start to be less confused and less attracted by your body's desires and sensations. That's why Stoicism is an interesting thing for fun, but it's just the basic. For a spiritual man, the Stoicism is nothing. Why? Because just controlling my impulses, I can do that much easier. Surrendering to God and submitting my mind and body to the Spirit, listening to my soul and to God's voice. Very easy. I don't have to fight it. And even if I fail, I know I'm forgiven, but I will do my best. I'm not doing it. But that's not the point, just to empower me because I resisted. Okay, good luck. You'll fail anyway. So what are you going to do now? Next time when you fail and you will get angry and you won't control your emotion, then what? Where's your stoicism going to take you? How far? And what's the purpose? So that again, in life, say like, oh, I figured it out. All right, good luck. What have you accomplished? What have you done? What was the impact in your life? So that's the body's nature. Now, quickly, because this is not a spiritual sermon, it's a mapping your puzzle. The spirit, not spiritual. Spiritual, it might be everything which is not tangible. God's spirit nature through you, and here I will be very careful. I don't want to say anything which might be wrong or to be interpreted in a way or another, is the divine guidance. Through His Spirit, God is going to guide you. Is divine pleasure. You submit the all of it to God because you want to please God and serve people. And is the life transcendence. What does that mean? When even life, it's not even as so important. Is life, it was given, it will be taken away. The life never ends. The life, you come into life and then the body goes away, but the life continues. And the soul, a soul can't die. The soul came, the soul will go back. So through the Spirit, we're given the gifts and the understanding to the degree we can, so that we can transcend all of these processes and to aim at the most important, to please Him. Now, in conclusion, I would stop on the last sentence or the last part of this video. But not everybody is at this stage, or not everybody has this priority. So I don't want to make it your priority, even if I would like to. But this is not the point, the main point of this video. I wanted to share with you things about the body's gifts, your soulful gifts, your spiritual gifts, about the nature of your mind, and that your mind works in collaboration with your body and with your memories. But within you, there is your soul, which has a divine assignment, and your mission is to submit these three to this one within. Now, how? I can help you practically. Click the link, or you can start with, what you can do right now is to go and access that program, Emotional Command Reset, and to start to take care of these emotions. Or you can go, you want to go fully in, the links are in the show notes, and you can go to a program first, Lead Yourself. Allow Yourself to Rise is a program of 12 modules you can go through it in 12 weeks. It comes with a manual, and in which will give you the exercises step by step, from the most basics to the end. All which is within you when you feel, you think, and you experience, can be organized, understood to a certain degree, for sure. And through those 12 modules, it comes with the manual, so that you don't gather information, but you experience, you practice, you apply, and you change. And that, my friend, will help you to find your mission in life by starting to take care of these equalizer. These are a bit higher, this signal a little bit lower, these higher. What are the priorities? Where am I going? So that you can stop fighting yourself. So that every single time when there are signs of growth are not there, and you have to develop trust and faith. That's where you find in the program how to develop, how to work, how to understand it. When you do the right thing and you have the conviction you are doing the right thing, to start to doubt yourself, thinking that you are not doing the right thing, so that you can start to build your own principles. I thank you for your attention. Hope it helps, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.